Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing my Stephen King collection. Yay! It's a brisky 40-something degrees here today, which is really bad considering it's been in the 70s all week and Mother Nature needs to get it together, okay? I've had my collection of Stephen King books in a Rubbermaid box in the garage for years, so I've not actually picked these up in quite some time. I'm excited to dive into this and see exactly what versions, what editions I have of these books. I don't have all of Stephen King's books, would like to get them eventually. I do have a lot of paperback versions, and I thought about getting the hardcover editions on my reading journey. I may or may not do that, I don't know. I did get one for Carrie. I don't know if I really want to go through all that and replace all the ones I have that are just paperbacks, but at any rate, I'm just going to go through and show you what I've got, show you what I've read. I have read 13 of his books before. He has always been, in my head, my favorite author. And full disclosure, I'm not one that has read my entire life. I have gone many years without reading anything. But whenever I was in the mood to read something, it was always Stephen King. He was the one I read from for a long time, until I got into BookTube and started watching all of the BookTubers talking about all the different books. And so when I decided to get into reading again, I thought, well, I need to try out a lot of other different authors before I commit to Stephen King, because I really have wanted to read all of his works for such a long time. It's just very daunting because, as we all know, he writes some chunkers. Not all of them. Some of them are really short, some of them are super duper long, and some of them are average length. But I think after reading for 2 years consistently, all different kinds of authors, all different kinds of subgenres of horror, I've gotten used to reading. I think I'm ready to dive into the works of Stephen King. I really want to go in chronological order of the release dates, starting in the 70s all the way up through today. I think at the time of shooting this video, there's like 78, give or take a few books. So it's going to take me quite a bit to get through all these, but that's fine. So yeah, let's just see what I've got. I don't have all of them. Like I said, I've read 13. I'll show you which ones those were when I get to them. So right here's my big old box. I've had it in the garage for years, so I've not really looked at this, except for to put the newer ones that I've gotten in here. So, in no particular order, starting at the top, we have Firestarter, which is one I recently got about a month or so ago. There's that. I'm not going to give you any plot synopses or anything about these, because I think we all know what most of his works are about. Except maybe this one, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. This is another recent purchase that I got. One of those that are super short, actually. My hardback edition of Carrie. This is not a first edition. I'm not going to go through all of them and tell you, oh, this is a first edition. No. I think this is a book club edition, but I already have a copy of Carrie as paperback. Like I said, I thought about collecting the hardback versions, the first edition covers of the US releases, but I don't know if we're going to do that. We'll see. Okay, so now we have Cycle of the Werewolf, which is one I bought last spring, I think, at McKay's Used Books. Can't wait to check that out. And I think that's all of the newer ones that I've gotten this year. So all the rest of these I've had for a long time, and I've not read most of them. So I'm super excited to finally go through these, see which ones I have, see what I might want to trade in, get a hardback cover edition. We have Joyland. Need to get that sticker off. It's not a great copy, it's a little bent. There's that. We have his memoir on writing, which is called On Writing. It's got some plastic around the cover here. I have read this one a few times, so I guess actually I've read 14 of his books, if you want to count this one. Here's my paperback copy of Carrie, which I have read Carrie at least twice, 2 or 3 times. So this will be my 3rd or 4th time reading it. I really love it. Yeah, there's that. It's not a bad copy. And we have The Dead Zone. Some of these I don't like the covers of, and if I don't like the cover of it, I might just go ahead and get another version of it before I get to reading it. Maybe not. I don't know. We're going to see how it goes. This one is the Bachman books, the first 4 books that he had. I think I have them bookmarked here. Oh, I do. Oh, there's a picture of my grandparents back in the, I don't know, 50s, 40s. Love it. I've bookmarked where they are. So in this copy, it's got Rage, The Long Walk, Roadwork, and The Running Man. Oh, and one of the bookmarks I used was a free appetizer at Texas Roadhouse. What? Is this still valid? I don't know. Maybe it is. Okay, so we have Flight or Fright. This has 1 Stephen King short story in it. It is edited by Stephen King and Ben Vincent. It's 17 turbulent tales about airplanes. And I did read Stephen King's story and I think 1 or 2 others, but yeah, there's that. I don't know if that'll be included in this reading journey. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Next we have The Stand. Yeah, I started this long time ago and I got to page 10. I think I just got overwhelmed with it. Here's another little bookmark in there. I don't know. I've never seen that before. Must have seen it at some point because I did start reading this. But this is one of the ones I'm very intimidated to read. Not only because of the length, but because it seems to be a lot of people's favorites. And I don't always go with the flow. So I'm trying to keep my expectations low on all of these, except for the ones I've read, which I kind of sort of remember. I don't remember a lot of details about all of them, to be honest, but that's neither here nor there. Here is a copy of Storm of the Century, which is not a novel, but it's the screenplay that came out, I guess, in the late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. I'll probably read that, I guess. Might as well. I have it. I've had it forever. It'll be a different kind of reading journey since it is like a screenplay format, so that'll be interesting. I guess I'm just going to start piling these up on the bed because there's quite a bit more in here and I'm already out of space. So here we have The Dark Half. Yeah, I really love the hardcover edition, so I'm so glad I have the hardcover edition of this. But yeah, there's The Dark Half. I've heard mixed things about it. Then we have Wendy's Button Box, which he wrote with Richard Chizmar. I have read this one. That is one of the 13 I have read. Maybe I'll make a separate pile for the ones I have read. How about that? Speaking of one I have read Cell. I thought it was pretty decent from what I remember. So there's that one. Next we have Bag of Bones. Have not read that one. I love the cover of that. Pretty cool. Next we have Misery. Yes, love that cover. This is one of the ones I'm definitely looking forward to reading for the first time. And to kind of even out, let's go on this side. We have Mr. Mercedes. I think this is the only one out of the Bill Hodges trilogy that I have. I think that's the name of it. There's that one. Put that over there. So we have Full Dark, No Stars. I rarely have seen this cover anywhere, honestly. There's that one. It's a decent paperback. And we have Dr. Sleep, which I need to get that sticker off. I think this is a first edition paperback. I got it not long after it came out. There's that. Here is The Dark Tower, the Gunslinger. The Gunslinger. It's a pretty cool copy. This is the only Dark Tower book I have, so just FYI, I need to get all of those at some point. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's see here. Night Shift. I have read this one. I hate that cover. That is one I would like to replace. So yeah, that was a pretty good collection. And there's my red pile. That is not my red pile. What am I doing here? What is happening? Oh, it's that one. Okay. All right, so here's the big Mama Jamma, Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Yeah, super cool. And then I have a copy of Thinner paperback. It's kind of damaged there. We have this copy of The Shining, which I hate that cover. I have read this one, so there's another one I've read. My copy of Salem's Lot. I have read this. It's been a long time. I would like to get a bigger copy of this because the print is so small. I'm sure it is very small in a lot of these, but yeah. My eyes aren't what they used to be. Okay. Then we have Different Seasons. Not read that one either. It's kind of gross on the side, but what else? This is Dreamcatcher. I have a bookmark in here, but I didn't ever start reading this, I don't think. Maybe I did start it, but I didn't get very far. So a quick little story about this one. I actually got this from my cousin who passed away a long, long time ago. I don't know how I ended up with it, honestly, by this point, because that was back in 2003. I think he checked this out at a library and never returned it, even though there's not like a library card in the back of it or anything. But yeah, just a little memento. It's not in the best of conditions. So I might need to get a hardback version of that one. Let me switch sides because I felt awkward on this side. So here's Cujo. Can you see me? I don't even know. This is one that I have read. I really liked it back in the day. Cool cover. The Green Mile. The complete serial novel. It comes in this little hardback case. Yeah. I think this might have been my ex's and I never gave it back to him. Whoops. Here is my copy of it. It's very dusty. I did start to read this at one point, but yeah, I didn't get very far. I read to page 48. This is another one that really intimidates me, and I still feel awkward at this angle. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to look at that. That's gonna take me forever, but that's okay. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. You know, you gotta be pumped up to read Stephen King, right? So next, whoops, don't know what just happened. Just After Sunset. Have I read this one? I want to say I have. I did, yes. I have read that one. So yeah, can't wait to reread it. A lot I don't remember about it, I'm sure. Here is another one I've read. The Bazaar of Bad Dreams. I really enjoyed this collection. FYI, for those who may not know, the paperback version of this has an extra story in it called Cookie Jar. And when it came out, I found a copy of that online somewhere. I don't even remember where it was. I thought it was really good. But I thought, why would they not include that in the hardback version? So now I need the paperback version just to have that one story. Ugh. It's all such a money racket, isn't it? But it is what it is. This is a really good collection. Here is Everything's Eventual. I have not read this one. I don't think. I love that cover. It's so cool. From a Buick 8. Not read this one. This is the second possessed car story he's done. Here's 4 Past Midnight. I'm really curious as to whether some of these are first editions or not, honestly. I'm just curious. I think it is first edition. Cool. I have not read this, I don't think. I might have started it at some point. So here is one I absolutely love. It's Skeleton Crew. I love that cover. I love that I have a hardback edition of this. I don't remember if this is one I read. I did. Yeah. So it's got The Mist, The Jaunt, The Raft. Yeah, I did read this one. Super cool. So I've read a lot of his short story collections, apparently. So that's awesome. Here's one that I forgot I even had, The Regulators. Yeah, I've got this one. I've not read it, obviously. But I do have the sister book that goes along with it, Desperation. I have read this one. I really enjoyed it. I think I read this back in like 2004, 2005, somewhere around there. I don't even know. I forget when it even came out. 1996. So yeah, definitely read that. So cool that I have both of those in hardback editions. Here is Needful Things. Apparently a lot of people's favorites. It's got a bookmark in it. I don't think I've ever started this. But yeah, heard great things about that one. So I only have two more to show you. Two chonkers. One's Insomnia. I've not read this one. I don't even really know anything about this one, honestly. But I can't wait to find out about it. And the last one I have here. Whew, Under the Dome. I have read this one, surprisingly, a long time ago. I think it was 2011. Pretty sure. I really enjoyed it. I think what drew me to this one and why I wanted to read it so bad when it came out was because of the Simpsons movie. I was like, oh, Stephen King is copying the Simpsons? What? But it turns out Stephen King actually started this way before the Simpsons movie came out. And I forget the story behind why he didn't finish it. I don't think he was quite ready for such a big thing at the time, because I think he started this in the 70s. But yeah, really enjoyed this one. And the last little thing I have in here is not a book, but it is a magazine, The Ultimate Guide to Stephen King. Yeah, Stephen King universe, I guess. Movies? I don't know. I don't think I've ever read it. I need to read it. Ooh, that's cool. Pennywise. The Fear of It. So this must have come out right after the 2017 movie, It. It's got a lot of stuff in there. Oh look, here's my 8x10 of me and my brother when we went to a convention and met two of the actors that played Jason. And they're in full costume, so yeah, had to get a print out of that. I need to get a frame for that at some point, but at least it's been in good condition. So yeah, there's a neat little magazine. I might save that for the end of my journey. We'll see how it goes. Wow, that is a lot of reading I have to do, and that is not even all of the stories that he has. I don't remember exactly how many books I don't have of his. It's not a whole lot. I know I need to get all the Dark Tower books and Christine and his newer ones like Billy Summers, If It Bleeds, all that fun stuff. I have a lot to get, and I can't wait to get started. Since I have all these out, I'm going to go ahead and take down all these books and replace them with these. Get those out of here because I have my November and December books separated, and I'm going to be starting Stephen King in January. So really looking forward to diving into the Stephen King multiverse. So how big of a Stephen King fan are you? Has he always been your favorite author, or do you think he's overrated and haven't read much by him? I would love to know all that in the comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, morning, night, weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.